Alex. And here's Emma.
Here's Johnny.
We have fresh content for him.
Right, good morning, fish people. I'm Alan Nosh from Fish on TV. It is Tuesday, the 21st of December. We are nearly there. Oh, and Aaron's just walking up with the board, so it looks like we're going to be doing the draw. You are joining me at Lindholme Lakes. I've entered the Open at Lindholme Lakes, but it's the bomb and feeder league type thing. So it's just bomb and feeder. They've got a league going. I can't. It's a shame. I'd like to fish it, to be honest with you, but our matches with the old boys are on a Tuesday, so it clashes. So I can't. So I'm going to make a couple in over the Christmas period, and just enjoy having a few matches without having to organise anything. So there we go. I don't know where I'm going to get drawn. I think it's over three lakes, 4 lakes, I can't remember. So I think it's Low Coast Strip, Willows and Laurels, I think. I might be wrong. I can't remember what it said on the internet. So I'm going to nip in there, see where I get drawn. I don't know how they're doing it, whether they're shouting it out or whatever. So I'm not going to record the draw. I'll just let you know where I've got drawn. And we'll crack on from there. So really looking forward to it. Makes a bit of a change. There's Tommy Pickering, Nick Speed, Alan Scawthorne. Lots of decent anglers here. They know this place inside out. They fish it week in, week out. So it ain't going to be easy, folks. It's not going to be easy. So you can only do your best. Right, folks. I've drawn the only lake I've never fished before. 21 on strip. It's been fishing all right, apparently. So I've just been told I should be all right. Richard Bloomfield says middle at strip, you should be all right. So I don't think it's the winning peg. I think the end pegs have been winning there. Never know though, dear. So bomb and feeder, you can use a catapult, you can hand feed. Basically it's a 10-foot bomb rod and a 10-foot feeder rod. Job done. There we go. See you on the bank. Right, folks, here I am on peg 21. It's not numbered, but apparently it's 21. So strip lake, I think there's 23 or 24 pegs on it by the look of it, and it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 5 or 6 anglers on here. I can't quite tell, there's just tackle everywhere. There's 5 or 6 anglers all down one bank, every other peg. So we have got quite a bit of room. I can see why they've done it, because I'm pretty sure this lake spooks quite easily when you've got it on both banks. So I don't know the name of the guys to my right and my left. I haven't spoke to them yet because I've just been trying to get ready. You don't get a lot of time. I've got a pound bet with my mate Simon on the end. But here we go, let's have a look at the peg. It's actually quite deep down here. So I'm assuming it's the same over there. They've probably got about 2.5 foot, I think, by the looks of it. But my plan is, I've heard them saying they're going to search for bomb and bread all along the far bank to start with. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to search for bomb and bread sort of in the middle to start with, and have a search about and see if there's any liners. There's always options to have a little flick short, left or right. And then I think I'll probably go method long eventually and find a few pellets around this sort of area later on. And the reason I'm doing that is, if there is fish in the middle there without feeding anything, and I do get 1 or 2, they'll back off and I can follow them. Then I can go on to method, then I can introduce some bait later on, hopefully, to bring them back around again. Whether that works or not, I've never fished it before, don't know if that's the right tactics, but I'll show you my bait. Here we go. Different coloured soft pellets. We've got corn, there's bread in there, 4 and 6mm pellets, micros and ground bait, I can mix the two, and dead reds, and a few different coloured wafters. So there we go. But basically it's bomb and pellet. You can use a catty, you can use your hand, and we'll see how we get on. So it sounds like a plan, let's hope it comes together. There we go, folks. Wait until we get fishing. Right, that's the all in. I've literally just cast in. Probably level with the aerator out there. I saw a fish top earlier. I've gone out to where I saw a fish top, and it's only been in like 1 minute, and the there's definitely some fish knocking about. I've just had a liner. So it's just literally 2 rods set up. It's a bomb rod and a method feeder rod. That's it. I'm just going to have a look with bread. I've got corn I can put on, soft pellet I can put on, and just have a little search about and just see what's happening. But there's definitely some fish in front of me. Because, I'm just getting sort of steady little liners now and again. And I had a liner within sort of, I don't know, 35, 40 seconds. So let's hope that's a good sign. I've had it where I've been to places and had liners all day long and not been able to get a bite. Decoy Lakes is one of those places, but I've just had a word with one of the guys. Darren Peel to my right, and I don't know his surname, Jordan to my left on the end peg. I think that won the match the last time. I've got a pound on with Simon. He's in peg 15. He's very eager to get the pound on. Apparently that usually wins most of the matches. Now that looked like a little roach type skimmer, little tap. I'm getting liners, not whether you can see it, but I feel that might go any time now. So yeah, Simon's, he must be skint, he must be after a pound. But we'll see how we get on. Like I say, I've never fished it before. It seems like a pretty simple match. Let's just hope my peg management and tactics get it right. Right. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to turn the camera off and that's going to go around. Oh dear. There, look at that liner. You can see that. So there's definitely fish in the vicinity, so I'll give that up to sort of 6 minutes, I think, to start with the liners I'm getting. If there's no proper bite, I'll just come a little bit shorter. We'll just have a look and see if there's anything there. Right, over and out. Keep his fingers crossed that we get a few pulls today, eh? About 20 minutes in, it's about my 4th cast I've been getting liners, so I've come shorter and shorter and shorter. Then the liners stopped, and after 3.5 minutes it's gone round. That's a decent enough F1. I'm happy with that. At the minute they seem to be at about 14 metres or so. Obviously it's hard to guess without measuring up, but I'm not bothered about measuring up and clipping up, because basically I'm searching about. So there we go, £2 F1, and we're off the mark. Down outside me he's had an F1 as well, so, and I think the guy next to him has had one. So there we go. A couple of pieces of bread. And around it went. So we've got to have another look at that. I did notice when I've been the first few casts that I put in, liners instantly, and there were no liners whatsoever on that one. It just went. Nice positive bite. So again, you people that don't know what punch bread is, so we've got a quick stop there. Right, sorry about that, you cut off, I've cast back in now. Basically, you put the quick stop through your 2 discs of bread, pretty much like you do with corn, and away you go, and then it fluffs up. The 2 pieces look really small, but they really do fluff up. They're like double and treble in size. A lot of people seem to think it pops up, but it just slowly sinks and rests on the bottom. It's a very visible bait. Don't know why it cut off. Don't know whether it just doesn't like this weather, doesn't the camera? I mean, it looked like there were plenty of charge in the battery according to the camera, but it just went off. So I had that problem the other day. I just think it's this really cold and damp weather, so I do apologise. Is that a bite? It looked like, see, liners again. I need to have a liner on the last one. I have had a little lift at some of the little taps. See, that's another liner. And I'm only at about 14 metres at the very most. I've gone from sort of where the aerator is, I've worked back. And the last cast, like I say, the liner, there were no liners at all. It just went round, so there's fish in this area quite close to me at the minute. So we'll do his best. See if we can hook into. Oh, is that one? Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's something on the guru. I don't know what that is. Bit more positive bite, that. God's got something stuck out on me. On my rod rest. I don't know what it is. I'll have to have a look at that. That shouldn't happen. I wonder if I've caught something, a little bit of plastic hanging out. It feels like a bit better fish. Again, look at that. The time is unbelievable. 3 minutes in. Or 3.5 minutes. This does feel like a better fish. Hoping this is a car. So you people that don't know, I mean, there's lots of the experienced anglers, you'll already know. If you are getting liners, come towards you a little bit. It means they're going across your line. I've been coming back about 3 or 4 metres at a time. And it seems to be that they're on round about the 13 or 14 metre line. That's in my peg anyway. Don't like that. I don't like that. When we catching me line, you shouldn't do that. The thing is, it wasn't a bite where it just dragged it round and just lift up. It was I expect it to be like a roach-eyed bream or F1 or something. Wasn't expecting this. Have to get my file on it and file that bit of plastic down. I've not got bullying gear on, so I can't drag it in, folks. Just got to be a little bit more patient. Oh, 15 bottom, which is about, I don't know what is that, is it about £4 line, is it? I can't remember. Well, it's a decent sized carp if we can keep him on. Get your head up, son. There. Decent size. We're not complaining about that, folks, are we? He's got to be a good £6, I reckon. 6, maybe 7. Here we go, folks. Nice little fish. Again, I'm not getting it out. If it was just the old boys, I don't mind. But not when I'm in this company. Some good anglers. Some mighty fishermen. Right. Well, let's get back in. Over and out. Right, we're 45-50 minutes without a fish. I'm going to search around odd liner, but the liner's dried up. I'm just going out on the method, quite short of the island, so well, of the far bank. Be plenty of room to sort of keep working towards it. And it's been in 2 minutes, and it's well, it didn't go around. It was a drop back bite. Darren next to us having 1 or 2 as well. Just try to keep these fish coming. Scrap up now. There we go. Lovely little F1. Another one about £1.5, £2 down. There we go, look folks. Wiggling about. Alright. And they're hooked, they're just in that fat bit, I can't get them out. Bottom lip. There we go folks. Lovely little F1 with the ringers chocolate yellow. So I don't know anywhere else is fishing, but it's pretty much, I'd say it's very, very steady away. And I've got the usual, I've got micros. I've got a spare tub to mix micros and micros and ground bait. I keep swapping between the two. I like to do that summer or winter. I find it's a good tactic. You just never know what they're wanting. Some days they're wanting just ground bait, other days they're wanting just pellets, and then other days it's a mixture. But that was, and I've dyed a few of the fishery pellets, not a lot, just a few. So I've got a few like yellow ones in here as well. And I've got it on the band, so if you remember on the band I have the hook sticking up. If it was a wafter I'd have it on its side, because the hook lays on its side with a wafter. And the wafter just lifts up and dangles lovely. Just wafts about. That, I think we get it cast in. As you'll see, I'm short of the spit. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Let that line sink. I'm not bothered about holding it till it sinks. I see the line coming, it's fairly calm today. It's not ideal really, I mean, as calm as this for fishing, because they can hear every ripple and every knock. So I just made the switch to the method. I just feel like they need a little bit of bait to attract them. Having said that, Darren's a long bomb and bread. I don't know what Jordan's on. Is Jordan switched? I'm not sure. He's lost a couple as well. I think I'm doing all right on here. £11. I think that decent fish has just put me in front of Darren. I think he's had about 3 or 4 maybe. Can't remember. That nothing as big as the carp that I had. So hook timer. So there we go, folks. We'll give you updates as we go along, and I think we're about an hour. What we're in. We're an hour and 15, so it is fishing quite difficult, which is what happens in winter. The bites are different, some are straight round, but a lot of them are just little jabs and then it goes straight back. Don't get me wrong, you get 1 or 2 where it just keeps going, but you've certainly got to be on the ball in winter. Right, there we go, folks. Over and out. Let's hope we get a few more. Oh yeah, back again. Excuse me. I've just started to feed a few pellets. I'm feeding 3 twice. I'm not bothered about them being exactly tight, but within an area, a yard or 2. Just to make a bit of noise. Oh, a liner there. Is that because I've just cast them pellets in? Don't know. It's the first line I've had for a while. That's a line. I've not fed anything all morning. I've literally been feeding for sort of the last 20 minutes. So I'll drizzle a few pellets in, hopefully set that up to go on bomb and pellet down there a little bit later. I know everybody's on corn and soft pellets and bread. But the other week, as you saw at Lindholme, one of our guys were catching an 8mm pellet. These are 6mm. I've got 4s and 6s, just feeding a few. We'll give it a go. I don't have to fish pellet, I can fish cornhole bread over the top of it, but it's there to make a little bit of noise. See if we can bring a few fish around. Very difficult to do in winter because they're not too bothered about moving up and down, but the amount of lines that I had earlier tends to tell me they are moving a little bit, so let's see if I've got that right. It took a bit longer, folks, at 4.5 minutes. Very strange bite. I thought you were going to keep going, it just jabbed it. But enough to lift. Very strange. Just didn't keep going around, but I think it's probably another F1. Are we doing alright? Steady away. I've just said to Sam, have you got out? He says no. I went, oh good. Seeing as I've got a quid on with him. I don't wish that on anybody really, but when I've got a pound on with somebody, you've got to do. Little mirror. Oh, get sat on it properly. Yeah. Nice little mirror getter. Looks like a stocky. Yeah. Will he behave for me? No, he won't. There you go, look. A nice little mirror car. Wriggling his socks off, bless him. I would have think if my great big hands and got me round the neck. I don't know why I keep laughing. I laugh at anything, don't I? Right. Nicely done, Al. Nicely done. Come on. Getting a bit embarrassing already about lying about where I've got, but I'm not. I think I've got about £13, maybe 14 now. So nobody, but the fishermen, they just tell lies and don't believe anybody, do they? It's a fact. Get that slime off. Well, I won't slime off a carp, so we'll do that again. Jordan's baiting up with that. What sound of that? Bless him, mind you, I did it on my first cast. Misjudged how far I got the distance. Went in a little bit heavy. Easy done when you've not cast it for an hour or two. Bet Steve Ringer don't do it, but I do. Let's see if we can get this one right again. Just right, just dropping as it hit the clip. Gives me a few whines. Job's a good one. There we go, folks. All set. The trap is set. Let's see if we can get a fish caught in a trap. Suspicious minds, that, innit, Elvis? Caught in a trap. Can walk out. Because Nosh is a mighty fisherman. Over and out. Right, folks, I'm doing this again because it's eating batteries, this cold weather, or there's something not quite right with the phone. It said there were loads of charge left on that last battery, but something's happening. I don't know what it is. Right. I've edged out with the method right up towards the far platform in front of me. I've had no bites for an hour or so, no liners. Having said that, I've had 1 or 2 liners right on my last cast, just a very slight liner. So whether there's any fish turned up on those pellets that I've been firing out, I don't know. Basically, I've had 2 3-minute casts out there. Oh. Just to leave some bait and set it up for a bit later on. So that's very close to the platform. I changed from a little hybrid feeder to a method feeder, so there's a little bit more bait, just to leave it right next to the platform. Like I said, just to hopefully set that up for a few fish a bit later on. There's 2 hours left. Nobody's catching anything. It's gone very, very difficult. I've just had a short cast now. I've just cast out towards the aerator slightly. Jordan says he's still getting 1 or 2 liners, and I'm just getting a little liner now, so I thought I'll have a look with the method there. If I have no joy with that, I'm going to go over the pellet line. Use pellet, corn or bread. Have a quick look there. You'll see if we can pick some fish up, but it's gone very, very difficult indeed. Don't know how they're doing on loco. Darren says that they're not catching too much on loco neither, so just sat here twiddling my thumbs at the minute. Another big line. Oh, I think it were a line. It's felt the line and spooked. I thought it were going to go then. So there seems to be some fish short again just here. So we'll see if that goes round. And just keep trying different places, see if we can pick a fish up from somewhere. Right, there we go. That's your update. It's not looking very good at the minute, but I think I'm still doing all right on this lake. Not seen too many people catch anything at all. At all. Right, there we go, folks. Set up for the far bank. Hopefully a few fish might have turned up down the middle there. We'll see if we can pick 1 or 2 up near the aerator. There we go. Well, managed to hook one. We went fairly close to the aerator and it had gone round after 30 seconds. Been there before, not a sign. And I've got 2 black swans standing all over me rods. I think it's an F1. Nobody's catching anything. Yeah, there we go, folks, and that little F1, £1.5, £2. Well, that'll do, folks. Seeing as nobody's catching out else on here. There we go. Nicely. No liner, no nothing, straight round. It was my last try on this before I went on the bomb, but I'll need to go back out there again, I think. So let's see if we can get another one, folks. The black swans have left me rods alone. There we go, over and out. We've got 1 hour to go, folks. Darren outside has just had another one. I think it's close between me and him. I'm hoping that big one I've got's just kept me in front. But there's not seen many people on here catch too many at all. So it is close. I need a few fish, 1 hour to go. I've tried pellet out there. I've just put a little bit of bomb and bread over the pellet line, just have a look. I'm going to go over to the far platform now, I think. Have a few casts there. If not, I can try back towards the aerator and back over the pellets and just see if we can pick a few fish up. I think Jordan's had enough. He's been getting liners all day, but not had a bite. Well, he's had a bite. He's lost 2 or 3, but he said he foul hooked one as well. So let's just see what happens. Looking close, not a lot of weight. Oh, I think that was a roach bite. Little roach bite. Quick flick forward and then drop back. Tiny little bite, but that's where we are. I've one more little go out there, back, and then I'm going to go along. There we go. Well, I'll drop back bite. There's a guy next to Darren started catching. I went up near the aerator and I missed a bite. I think it did me on the bite. And then this has just dropped back. I've just got into another one. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not being able to watch everybody all the time. But we'll see how we fare at the end of the match. So I don't know. I think I might have near £20. Won't be far off £20. have a look at that. So let's get back in. 15 minutes to go. We'll see you at the weigh-in. Right, folks, it's the day after. It was literally pitch black when they'd finished weighing in. I'm coming round to weighing it. It wasn't far off pitch black, but I could have got some footage of the weigh-in. I got all my gear packed away, so I do apologise. There's no picture of the weigh-in to see my fish. I literally took my rod hold all. I thought I'll take my rod hold all and the rest of my camera work into the van. I was probably away for 4 minutes. Before I went, I had a check round. I saw them weighing in round Loco. I thought, oh, there's going to be ages before they get to me. Didn't realise that they'd sneak in from Laurel's, and I was the first one to weigh in because Jordan had packed up, bless him. So I've missed the complete weigh-in. I must have missed them by about 30 or 40 seconds. I just put my net down as we're walking back. So sorry about that. Can't do anything about that. But I ended up weighing in 22.5 pounds, which doesn't sound like a great deal. I think I had about 9 fish for that, something like that. Small F1s and a decent carp. What I will say is, yesterday on the strip, bites were at a premium. There was 1 or 2 liners to start with. They disappeared. Jordan on my left, he's packed. He's got that fed up with being linered to death. Bearing in mind you're not allowed to fish a pole and dob about, which I'm sure would have probably worked brilliant that day. But he had no real bites. But he just said it doesn't matter where I throw it. He'd got a lot of fish in front of him that just weren't feeding. And I can understand that, because right on the whistle, on the shout of time, I lifted up and I hooked a fish in the fin. Just as I was lifted, shout of time, I lifted up and it was right in the fin. So they're off the bottom. So I can understand if they're not feeding. I mean, I feel like I've been a bit lucky that I've actually had a few bites. I don't think there's been a few fish down our end, certainly in that corner. But the rest of the guys from the middle onwards, I think, from what I've heard, peg 15 where Simon was is usually a very good peg, but it sounds like they've moved down this way, especially where Jordan, because it fried his brain. I felt for you, Jordan, because I could see his rod, it was going like this all the time. He was striking. He just couldn't get a proper bite. So unlucky, Jordan. I can understand your frustration. I've had the same thing at Decoy Lakes, along with lots of others. It's very frustrating when they're not wanting to feed. But my 22.5 pounds, folks, won me a pound off Si. Get in. And also won that lake and a section for me. So it was a section win for Nosh. You saw what I did. Never fished it before. Only thing I will say, I wish I'd probably started at 5 or 6 metres to have a look, because I think those fish were quite a lot further forward than I thought they'd be at that time of year. But you saw what my plan was. Start roughly in the middle, bit of bread, going a bit left and right, you know, working it methodically and edging towards the far bank and towards the aerator. I picked 1 or 2 fish up. Once I'd stopped doing that, I decided to put 2 or 3 pellets every sort of 5 or 10 minutes in towards the middle, whilst I had to go on the method. I then set the method up, what I thought I'd set up to get a few bites. I changed the little hybrid feeder to a method feeder, emptied 2 or 3 feederfuls after 2 or 3 minutes of fishing on it. Just leave a bit of bait there to go back later, hoping some fish might have turned up, but that never happened. Never had anything from under the aerator. And I went from sort of 3/4 working towards the bank, which is what you do, because if you start catching fish, they'll back off or they'll move to one side. But like I said, I had to keep going back to different swims where I knew I'd put a little bit of feed when I've been on there with the hybrid feeder, and just pick the odd fish up. It wasn't prolific. It was a tough day. Darren at the side of me, he had 16 pounds. That was the second best weight on the lake. I think there was, I can't remember how many F1s there was. Again, another guy, 3 or 4 F1s. Simon chucked back, he had a few skimmers. That's about it. There wasn't a lot caught. So, tough day. So, I was the Strip Lakes mightiest fisherman. So well done, me. I think Tommy Pickering was moaning like hell because he didn't like his draw. He says, it's a funny peg that I don't like it where it is. Anyway, he's ended up coming in with 50 odd pounds and he's come third overall. So well done, Tommy Pickering. I can't remember the names of the other two guys. But I think they were all top 3 weights. I think there was Tommy with 57, and then I think there were 2 weights in the 60s from peg 51 and 57. They've come in with like 62 and 67 pounds, I think. So all 3 weights have come off bennies, first, second and third off bennies, and then the rest of us have been scratching about. So, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice that. Fished the strip, never fished it before. Thought I fished it okay. And I won't mind another go when it's fishing a bit better actually. So I'm going to probably try and squeeze another one of those in the new year at some point. So I hope you've enjoyed today's little video. Bomb and feeder stroke open match at Lindholme Lakes. It's something that Speedy's organised for quite a few years now. So well done, Speedy. Catching Sammy the Skimmer. That was his first fish, I think. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, folks. Don't forget, if you like, what's wrong with my throat today? Don't forget, if you like my videos, it's absolutely free to subscribe, and if you click the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up. Would be very, very nice. So until next time, where am I next? I think it could be the Feeder Master Winter Pairs, unless I can get the day off to fish Wednesday in a teams of 3, which I'm going to try and organise it sorted today, so maybe that could be there. Don't know. So we'll see where we get to, what happens. So don't forget, folks, stay safe. All this bloody coronavirus spreading like crazy. Stay safe, folks, and we'll see you on the bank next time. And don't forget, fish on, guys.